Looking out 15 years, right, as you gather more data, your model and your business grows, does it require less human contribution? And would the future be one where there is more machine, right, than man in the way you operate?
I think over time, invariably, there will be more technology being used. And that's just not just in sort of research and portfolio construction, but many aspects of the business. The operations side, risk management side, even the investor relations side of things. But in each case, we're not thinking about whether we can replace human beings with machines. We're talking about how do we make the human being's job easier, being more accurate, working faster, being able to do more. What that does is that it frees up our time, our mental capacities. It allows us to be more creative. We can think about new asset classes, new ways of trading. I think that creative thinking will remain something that humans are uniquely good at.
In 2016, Quantedge Capital decided to apply their investing philosophy to philanthropy by establishing Quantedge Foundation.
You guys have a very big vision. You want to do good better. Maybe you can share with us what you mean by that.
You know, it's kind of like just like investing, right? If you're going to invest, you know, we should be thinking about how you can do it better, and that's in many ways what quantitative investing is, right? Trying to figure out how to do it more efficiently, produce better returns. And I think the same concept applies when you're giving, right? Because resources are limited, and you've only got one life to do it, right? So why not every step of the way sort of try and think about where that next dollar can go to, you know, how much more impact can you achieve through your donation, and measure that impact over time.
How do you internally measure the outcome of it?
The reality is not everything is measured well within the social service space. So there are many projects that are done where, you know, the outcomes are there for people to see, but the numbers are not tracked very well. So when we go into a project, we try to scope out the numbers that we want to see, that we expect to see. So depending on the program, we track different things. School attendance, literacy, numeracy, different sort of milestones in the development of a child.
The foundation has disbursed over $5 million in support of causes in education, community development, poverty relief, and health. They are committed to helping youth and communities maximize their potential by enabling access to opportunity.
Where do you think are the gaps where you can make the most difference? As you said, right, making your dollar work smarter in terms of doing good.
There are many, many causes that we can support, but we have chosen to focus on social mobility. So we think that social mobility is probably one of the biggest issues of our time, primarily because without social mobility, we will create a permanent sort of underclass. People who will always struggle and can never sort of break out of that disadvantaged status or situation. I think it's a big issue in Singapore because of the stage of our development. We're a pretty young country, 50 plus years post-independence, and the previous generation benefited from great amounts of social mobility. If you work hard, you have the opportunity, and you will be able to change your status in life. And that's starting to change in quite a big way. We're starting to see structures crystallize, which make it difficult for anyone who's born in a disadvantaged circumstance from fighting his way out of it. And that's something we've got to guard against, right? Because if it stays that way for too long, then you can't change the system. So I think we need to fight it now. You need to provide opportunities for people in those situations because it helps society as a whole. We wanted a charity of our own in order for us to hire people to look at this full-time. So if we were serious about impactful work, then we need people to do research, we need people to measure, we need people to assess. And we've got now 3 permanent staff actually looking at just giving money away, basically.
Okay.
So it's something that we obviously feel very strongly about. That's probably going to be where more of our intellectual capital is going to be devoted to over time.